Are you aware of what really happened to you?
No, I'm not.
Or can you talk about
I can talk about it, but I'm not aware of what really happened to me.
Tell you something. Your lawyers are about to have a whole lot to handle. I told you once and I'm going to tell you again. I'm not one of these new bitches to doing this, baby. I'm 14 years in, been sued by some of the best.
Listen, y'all, I am tired, like genuinely exhausted, because supporting Tamar Braxton at this point, child, it's becoming a full-time job with no benefits. And before you come for me in the comments, just hear me out, okay? Because this whole situation with her and Funky Deneva has left the entire internet confused, drained, and honestly, we don't know who to believe anymore. So let me catch you up real quick, because baby, this tea is scalding. It all started when Tamar came out talking about how she almost died. Yes, died. She said she needed surgery, was in the hospital, the whole nine, and she started dropping little hints, subtle shade if you will, that made it seem like Funky Deneva had something to do with it. Now listen.
What all the hell going on with 2 weeks, okay? The lady got on the internet and said she almost died. Now listen, let me just go ahead and get this out the way, okay, before we even get to the top of the show. I don't know what happened to the lady. Okay, for those of y'all that know, I'm talking about Tamar Braxton. I don't know what happened to the lady.
Funky wasn't about to just sit there and take that. He came out quick and said, absolutely not. I had nothing to do with whatever happened to you, and you need to stop speaking on me. And honestly, he sounded serious. But did Tamar stop? Nope, because apparently she needed that clout, honey. She kept shading Funky, kept dropping little comments here and there, and the internet was eating it up. But then Funky said, you know what? I'm done being nice. And baby, when he came back with receipts. Like the kind of receipts that make you go, oh. Because Funky started suggesting that maybe, just maybe, Tamar's little accident involved someone else. Someone by the name of Mendeecees. Yes, that Mendeecees. Yandy's husband.
Part of the problem with this whole thing was, Tamar, is that I was never comfortable with the relationship that you and Mendeecees had in front of me, okay? All of that, you at the music video shoot in your booty shorts, sitting on top of him meeting us up at restaurants every time we met up, I was very uncomfortable with it. And if we gonna tell it, let's tell it all.
And y'all, when I tell you the internet lost it, now let me back up and give you Tamar's version of events, because this is where it gets messy. Tamar claimed that one morning she woke up in blood, like full crime scene vibes. She said she was missing teeth, had no memory of what happened, and was just disoriented. Naturally, people started pointing fingers at Funky because he had been with her the night before. And here's the thing. Funky asked her to speak up and clear his name. He literally said, Tamar, if I didn't do this, say something. And what did she do? Crickets. Absolute silence.
I want him to tell his own story. You know, I don't really like telling people's story. You should ask Mendeecees.
Meanwhile, Funky is out here insisting that he had nothing to do with it, but Tamar's treating him like he's invisible. She started shading him publicly, acting like he didn't even matter. She confirmed that something did happen, that she did need surgery, but she kept it vague. And every time she did this, Funky would pop up like, Tamar, I'm warning you, stop playing with me. But did she listen? Of course not. So flash forward a few months. The drama had died down, people moved on, and then guess what Tamar does? She brings it up again. Baby, she could have just stayed quiet, enjoyed her peace, but no. She decided to go on the morning hustle with Laurel and address the whole incident.
I was asking was for you to go back to your stories and put, Funky Dineva didn't do anything to me, guys. I was resting. I should have said something earlier. That was all you had to do, and it could have been done with on my end. Even in this very moment, that was all you had to do, and it could have been done.
Now, she didn't mention Funky by name because she's not that messy apparently. But we all knew who she was talking about. She painted this whole picture of herself as the victim and Funky as this ungrateful, shady friend who did her wrong. Girl. And then she had the audacity to deny even knowing Mendeecees like that. She said she barely knows him. But here's where it gets funny, y'all. Mendeecees was literally in one of her music videos.
Anybody know who happened and what happened to your damn teeth? It's Mendeecees and his best friend, because they was the ones who went upstairs with you. Now, I don't know whether they was f***ing your ass from the back and ran your head through the headboard or what, okay? But if anybody need to be investigated on what happened to you in your damn teeth, It need to be Mendeecees and his friend, because that's who went upstairs with you.
So explain to me how you don't know someone like that when they're in your video. Make it make sense. And fans immediately started saying, girl, Funky is not gonna like this. And they were right, because Funky Deneva came back swinging. He said, oh, you wanna tell that version? Cool, let me tell mine. And baby, what he said had me gagged. Funky said that the night of the incident, Tamar was with another friend, a friend who looked very ready to take care of her, if you know what I mean. And that friend was Mendeecees. He claimed that Tamar and Mendeecees were together the whole night, but they were hiding it from the cameras. Like, they were keeping it cute for the public, but once those cameras stopped rolling, they were allegedly all over each other.
Did not get out the car and go upstairs with Tamar when we got back to her house? Because after her and Mendeecees got through kissing in the back of that goddamn car, I figured they wanted to be up there privately. That is why when we got dropped off at Tamar's house, I did not go upstairs. I got in my damn car and went home because you was sitting on his lap in that goddamn Uber and y'all ass was kissing, okay? And the shit made me damn uncomfortable.
Funky said they were literally making out the entire ride to Tamar's house. The entire ride, but wait, it gets worse. Because Funky said there was a third man involved. Yes, a third man who also went home with Tamar that night. And allegedly, this is the same man Tamar claimed found her unconscious the next morning.
Tamar, you gonna sit up in my face? You gonna sit up in my face with your three faces and tell me that you and Mendeecees did not have a conversation at that table in Roof Chris about him putting out a statement about him and Yandy not being together no more? We really gonna do that? And he said he did a version of the letter on ChatGPT. And then you started laughing back and was like, no, you gotta go back and rewrite it to kind of make it sound like it's you. We gonna say that didn't happen? We gonna say that didn't happen? We gonna sit up here and say, after he was digging in between your thighs at that Roof Chris, and he got up and went to the bathroom, that the conversation was, y'all, I can't. He's just my friend. He's just my friend. I can't. I mean, and then I said, Tamar, ain't he married? He ain't married. They not married. They just do that for the show. They not married. That's what we gonna do?
So Funky is basically saying that Mendeecees and this mystery man might have left her in that condition after a situation went very, very wrong. Now, the internet did what the internet does best. It started speculating. Some people are saying the three of them were engaged in something freaky that went left. Others think maybe Mendeecees jumped her. Honestly, nobody knows the truth except the people who were actually there. But the rumors, wild. And then Tamar said, you know what? Enough. She released a whole statement addressing the rumors. She said the accusations were hurtful, not just to her, but to the families involved, aka Yandy and her kids probably. She warned that if the rumors didn't stop, someone was gonna face consequences. And she hinted heavily that she might take Funky to court. Legal action, baby. She was threatening lawsuits, but Funky still not backing down. He mocked her statement, laughed it off, and basically said, girl, you're gonna have to do more than that if you wanna scare me. He said he's not afraid of a lawsuit and he's ready for whatever comes next.
This is how you was gonna play it. So now we finna take it all the way back to the very beginning. I knew this was how you was gonna play it. And let's be very clear here. If y'all remember when the situation first broke and about the whole mouth stuff, and I said, and the only reason you dropped that video is because, and I said, I ain't gonna do it to you. Y'all remember that? I said, and the only reason you dropped that music video real quick like this was because, and I said I ain't even gonna do it. The reason you dropped that music video as quickly as you did is because people had spotted y'all ass, okay? Inappropriate relationship. Well, you tell me, Tamar, if it's appropriate or inappropriate when we're sitting at Roof Chris and he's rubbing in between your thighs, in between your dress.
And honestly, the confidence is giving, I know what I know. And that's where the public opinion shifted, because people started believing Funky. His tone wasn't messy or dramatic. He just sounded annoyed, like he was tired of being dragged into her mess. And let's be real.
About the whole thing was the fact that you don't get to go around and create media shitstorms that involve other people without their permission. That whole, my teeth fell out, and I don't know what happened. Tamar, like, sis. And then you had that Spanish lady make that video down in Miami lying. There is nobody who had the amount of mouth trauma that you had that healed that quickly.
Tamar has a bit of a history when it comes to married men. This isn't the first time she's been accused of messing around with someone's husband. First, it was Jermaine Dupri's dad, and now it's Mendeecees. The pattern is concerning, and fans are saying this is exactly why Tamar tried to villainize Funky in the first place, to distract from what really happened. So now I want to know what y'all think. Do you believe Tamar and Mendeecees really had something going on? Or do you think Funky saw it wrong and is just stirring the pot? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe if you haven't already, because clearly we're gonna need to keep up with this mess. Alright baddies, that's all I got for today. Stay messy, stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye baddies.